event. We focus on choosing someone who embodies the commitment, passion, dedication to excellence in all that we do and aligns the VNA's mission and programs, especially the hospice program. The past several years, we have honored a number of tremendous individuals. Dr. Michael Cahill, Dr. Peter Mansell, Bill and Teresa Egan, Mary Ann Christopher, Frank and Diane Vigilante. All of them are extraordinary people with incredible passion for what they do and helping others. And many of them are with us here this evening, so won't you all please stand and be recognized. Well, this evening we are gathered here to honor one of our very own, a person who I'm honored to call a friend, a neighbor, a fellow VNA trustee, accomplished physician and pediatric cardiologist, the good doctor, the doctor, Mr. MD, the Dr. Love, Dr. Feelgood, the Sultan of Spring Lake, the one, the only Dr. Vincent Zales. You know, standing here tonight and kind of having the opportunity to talk about Vin kind of reminds me of that old joke where it goes, my wife ran away with my best friend, and boy do I miss him a lot. I can say that when I'm celebrating his 31st wedding anniversary next year. I got you a really good gift. Let's get serious here. The noted physician, philosopher, and winner of the Nobel Peace Prize, Albert Schweitzer, once said, "The purpose of human life is to serve, to show compassion, and the will to help others." And what a perfect summary of Vin Zales. Dr. Vin Zales has been a practicing pediatric cardiologist since 1987. He is a graduate of Villanova University, in case anybody in this room does not know that. Remind you often this evening. And he began his illustrious career with an internship at Cook County Hospital in Chicago, where he was named Intern of the Year. Vin completed his general pediatric training and pediatric cardiology fellowship at the University of Minnesota Medical School, where he was chief resident. During this time, Vin went on over 50 nighttime medical transports by hospital and plane, picking up sick children from all parts of Minnesota and the Dakotas, taking them back to the University of Minnesota Hospital for care. And if you have an opportunity a little later on tonight and catch Vin, ask him to tell you about some of the harrowing experiences going through blizzards and making those flights to the Indian reservations to pick up children. Dr. Zales became an attending physician at Children's Memorial Hospital of Northwestern University in Chicago for 10 years. He started programs in interventional cardiac catheterization and cardiac transplant, soon becoming the director of cardiac cath lab and the medical director of the pediatric heart transplant program. Dr. Zales was instrumental in getting the pediatric heart transplant program off the ground, where the team successfully performed 10 transplants the first year. During this period, he authored over 40 medical papers and 6 book chapters. Upon returning to New Jersey, Dr. Zales became chairman of the pediatric cardiology at Deborah Health and Lung Center. He subsequently joined Dr. Mitchell Albert and later brought on Dr. Elsa Castro. They're both here tonight, I saw them by the way. To become the highly regarded physician group of Albert, Zales, and Castro Pediatric Cardiology, which serves 7 hospitals in Monmouth and Ocean County. Dr. Zales has special interest in training in the care of infants and children with complex congenital heart disease. He is in fact the co-director of the Adult Congenital Heart Disease Clinic at the Jersey Shore Medical Center. In 2014, Vin was voted top doc by his peers in New Jersey Monthly Magazine. In addition to his practice of medicine, Vin is also a clinical professor of pediatrics at Robert Wood Johnson Medical Center. He teaches physical diagnosis to second-year medical students for Robert Wood Johnson in his office. He was awarded with a Teacher of the Year award from the pediatric residents at Jersey Shore Medical Center in 2012. Dr. Zales has been invited speaker at 30 national presentations and 50 local presentations. As a volunteer, Vin has served as a member of the VNA Central Jersey Board of Trustees for over 10 years and is vice chairman of the board. He serves as chairman of the VNACNJ Professional Advisory Board. Last but not least, Vin and his wife, Jean Bunny Bunlar Zales, have also co-chairs of this holiday dinner dance since its inception. Always enthusiastic and generous in their support of the event and the VNA. One of Vin's young patients, Allison Heine, whose parents are here this evening, writes, "We met when I was 2.5 years old because I needed angioplasty. Little did I know that he would be in my life, not only as my doctor, but as my family friend. Whether seeing him at Christmas Mass, my dance recitals, or even helping me write my college essay, Dr. Zales has always been there and a significant part of my life. Thank you for all you have done for me, and congratulations on being honored this evening by the VNA. Love, Allison Heine." Another patient shared the following. At the age of 35, I learned that I needed a second open heart surgery for a congenital heart problem. I was referred to a team at Deborah Hospital to handle my surgery. In an unrelated meeting, I was speaking with Monsignor Lupkin, who knew of my issue and suggested that I should meet with this new cardiologist that moved into town, but I never got the chance to. When I arrived at Deborah, I met with my team that would be taking care of me, Dr. Jacobs and Dr. Zales. While shaking Dr. Zales' hand, I quickly realized this was Monsignor's guy. You could call it divine intervention or fate, but from that moment on, I knew I was in the best hands. 2 years later, Dr. Zales would help my daughter when she is diagnosed with a heart arrhythmia. He has guided us through numerous appointments, trips down to Children's Hospital in Philadelphia. We always felt comfortable knowing our daughter was in his care, and she made a quick friend in him as well. I've had the great fortune to know Vin Zales as a physician that guides and cares for me, and the great fortune of knowing Vin Zales as a friend I can count on. I'm lucky to have Vin as a friend, whether it's fishing on Sunday or celebrating one of our children's graduations. I'm a better man for knowing Vin, both physically and spiritually, and I feel tremendously blessed that he's become into both mine and my family's lives. And that's Paul McCleary, and Paul's here this evening. I want you please stand and rise. On a personal note, I've known Vin for over 20 years. Dr. Cahill, our pediatrician, discovered a heart murmur on our daughter Kristen when she was just a baby. He referred us to Dr. Albert, who diagnosed Kristen with aortic stenosis. After Mitchell saw her for several years, one day he said to Patty and I have this hotshot young cardiologist joining my practice from Deborah, and I'd like you to like Kristen be seen by him. This began a friendship that has lasted over 2 decades. Then I cherish our friendship more than you can ever know. And Patty and I are greatly indebted for you for your advice, guidance, and emotional support. then it is truly not a coincidence that you are a physician who specializes in the care of the heart. You do this not only physically as a medical doctor, but more importantly also as a person caring genuinely about others and helping to meet their emotional and spiritual needs. You have a huge heart. And as the Wizard of Oz said to the Tin Man when he gave him his heart, the heart is not judged by how much you love, but by how much you are loved by others. Then you are very loved. Play Dr. Mr. MD, but they're eating dinner. So, Ben, would you please come forward and thank you.